Hey,
What's up, guys? I'm Bronze,
I'm Zink.
and welcome to My Take on Monday, the day where we go over
My take?
on Monday.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, that was original.
Yes.
Actually, it was. We came up with that ourselves.
Like literally just now. Maybe.
Well, not like
Figuratively?
figuratively.
There we go. Okay.
Metaphysically. Also,
Yes.
which I don't even know what that means. I just
Okay,
like
so metaphysically means above physical. Meta means above in Latin.
Wait, so it's like spiritual, but it's not spiritual.
Yes.
So it's like, because it's like the spiritual of spiritual?
That would be no, I don't know. What's spirit in Latin? Whatever it is, it's meta that. That would be above spirit, which would be like, something.
Alright, you are waxing way too eloquent.
I just do that sometimes.
I
I
know
like
you do.
being eloquent in
That's
some things.
besides the point.
Oh! Anyway, so we do have something for you today.
We do? I did
Something.
We actually prepared. Like 2 minutes ago, we were like, okay, we're gonna go over this and this and this and this, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, so we literally said this and this
And this.
and this.
Yeah.
So, what are we talking about first? Pioneer. Okay, so Pioneer
Is a thing.
is a thing, and it just came out.
So, Pioneer is going to be the new modern, and we'll discuss that in a minute. But essentially, it's the new modern.
Yes.
It's the format that people are going to get into after standard, because you've got all these cool standard cards. You're like, what can I do with my Teferis? Well, now you can play in Pioneer. Although
Yeah.
Teferi is a really good card in Modern anyway, but it's like modern decks. I've been looking at them. Most of them are ranging between $1,100 and $1,800, and so you're kind of like, I don't want to get into that much. I've enjoyed Standard, but I don't like Magic that much. And Vintage, don't even discuss Vintage or Legacy because they're like $25,000.
Yeah, it's like you take Modern, you multiply it by 20. That's about the price cost.
That would make it like $40,000. Actually, that's pretty accurate.
Am I right?
Never mind. You're right.
Yeah. So basically, Pioneer is becoming the new modern.
And I've got, before we discuss whether or not it is the new modern, I just want to, pull up my new favorite deck because.
Well, so while he's doing that, I just want to say, Pioneer is not going to be on Arena. It is going to be in paper, and it is going to be on Magic the Gathering Online.
Yes, because it goes all the way back to Ravnica.
Yeah.
No, Battle of Ravnica? Guild?
It's something Ravnica. We talked about it last time. I can't remember.
Forgive us.
It's like Battlefield of Ravnica.
Because it's not in Standard, and we actually started playing after it came out. So I'll find it for you guys eventually.
Yeah.
But
basically, it's not going to be on Arena. But it is.
It's a sanctioned format.
Yes.
It's essentially your way to go from Standard to Modern, but without having to buy into that price point. Because most of these decks, I'm looking at this one right now that I would love to build at some point, and it's only $369. Which trust me, when I started playing Modern, it was like, oh my goodness, the deck I want to build is like $400. And that's actually when I started. Most decks were between $400 and probably $1,000. Like $800 to $1,000 was like an expensive deck. The deck I just built is $1,800. Crazy. But now you can build this for only $369, and you probably already have some of these cards because you've probably been playing Standard for a few years, and you've already got most of these cards. But
yeah,
the deck I'm working on right now, or will be, it's called Cheerios. If you're familiar with Modern, you'll know the Modern Cheerio deck. Essentially, the whole point is to get SRAM, Senior Edificer down, so whenever you cast an aura, artifact, or equipment, or equipment, or vehicle, then you get a draw card. And then you fill your deck with
auras, vehicles, enchantments.
Like 18 zero-drop spells.
Oh.
Zero-drop artifacts, okay? And then with Aetherflux Reservoir, and what Aetherflux Reservoir says is essentially you gain 1 life for every spell you've already cast. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So you cast 1 spell, you gain 0 life.
Yeah.
You cast a second spell, you gain 1 life, and then that spell you gain.
So you cast 1 spell, then you cast this card.
Yes, and then
it would get 1 life.
No. So Aetherflux Reservoir is an artifact. Stays on the bottom.
Oh, it's artifact.
It's one of those weird math problems that people like to enjoy figuring out. I know because you cast the spell, and then you would get nothing because you haven't cast a spell that turn. Then you cast another one, and then you gain 1. Cast a third spell, you would gain 2. And then you would gain... No, I've done that wrong. I've done the math.
Okay, what's the card? I haven't
go.
actually looked at this card.
Whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life from each other spell you've cast.
Each spell you've cast this turn. Each spell.
Each spell.
Each
so
spell.
for 1 you gain 1.
Yes, for 1 you gain 1.
2,
you gain 2.
You gain 2.
So if you play down 5 if you play 5 spells, you gain 5 life.
Well, you gain 5 life, but you also gain 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Does that make sense? So for every spell you cast, and I know that was
each spell you've cast this turn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So
do you see what I'm trying to say? But I can't.
Fibonacci sequence, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And so the reason it's called cherries is because they're all zeros and they look like cherries. Okay, that's what I'm going with. Also breakfast cereal. But the whole point is Aetherflux Reservoir also says pay 50 life, deal 50 damage to target creature or player. So
auto win.
The math is like you have to play, I don't know, 13 or 15 spells and you just win. Something like that. It might even be less. But every time you cast one of these, then you end up drawing another card. And then you draw another card. And then you draw another card. And then you draw another card. And you're going to keep casting all these spells. And then you cast like Paradoxical Outcome, which says return, I think, is it all artifacts or like any number of non-land permanents to your hand and then draw a card? Yeah, return any number of target non-land, non-token permanents you control to their owner's hands. Draw a card for each card returned to your hand this way. So say you've got like 4 artifacts on the battlefield, you've already gained a ton of life, you cast this, you get to return those, draw 4 cards, and then you get to drop all those again. Mm-hmm. So then you get to 50 life and kill your opponent. Or the backup is playing Jace, you draw all of your cards, and you win. I just think it's super awesome.
It's awesome. Jace is just like an awesome, like, oh, I just won. And it's like, wait, what? Yeah,
and this is the kind of thing that we get from Pioneer. I actually was kind of a little disappointed when they announced the new format. I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's just, I guess, the new Modern. But no, they've thought this through at least enough that you get some really, really cool things going. And once they add new standard cards, I mean, this I think will eventually become the new Modern because Modern is so expensive, and that's okay. Because if you're already into Modern and you already got the cards,
and the money,
most likely you've probably already had these cards for a while and you've watched them spike. But because you already had these, you can still play with them. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think it's going to die. Like Vintage and Legacy are still around. Now they're not as heavily played, but they're still around. Yeah. And I don't think Modern's going to instantly die. I think it will take like 5 or 10 years.
Modern is definitely going to stay around. It's going to be... I think it's still going to be pretty popular. I think Pioneer's going to take a while to really get some tread going and really get popular.
Right.
And once that does, I think Modern will die down a little bit, but I think the format is there, the people are there, and it's
been around
long enough, and with people that have been in it long enough, it's not going to die easily.
No, I don't think it will die easily. I do think it will die. That's my prediction. I don't want it to die. But I'm usually the pessimist when it comes to things like this. I'm like, it's going to die. I do think that it will, but I hope I'm wrong. I mean, Magic players are known to talk a whole bunch, put a whole bunch of hype into things, and then it never comes
and then it fizzles.
Right. Like Oko is a great example, which is our segue into our next thing. Ha, gotcha. I don't know how that's a gotcha. It just is now.
Okay.
That's besides the point.
He got me somehow.
Let's put a pin in it. Oko is...
But that's beside the point.
It is besides the point. Besides the point. This is our point. This is our point right here.
Right here.
No, right here.
No, right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Right there.
Right there.
Yep, that's the point.
I feel like a cat.
It's beside the point. Yeah. Don't rewatch that. Do not rewatch. Actually, it's funny. So Oko wasn't very well hyped because it's like, oh, make a food token, turn something into a 3/3, but it has taken the world by storm.
By food.
By food. Well, I mean,
it's taken over the world,
right?
One oven at a time.
Like, it's just so good. Because against the aggro decks, you know, you play Oko, you're at 6 loyalty. It's so hard for them to kill Oko. Plus you get either 3 life or you get an elk. Or you're like, oh, you've got a questing beast. 4/4 vigilance, haste, death touch.
All sorts of crap.
You just get a 3/3 elk. That seems really reasonable. You've got a huge Hydroid Crisis?
Yeah, now it's just a 3/3
Now it's just a 3/3 elk. Although it does still have its counter, so now it's like a 12/12 elk, but it doesn't have trample or flying. Yeah. It just seems better. I mean, either your opponent has like a 10-10 flying trample, or it has a 13-13 elk that does nothing except it can attack every turn, which I'm still saying is good.
Right. So it's not like you're taking away completely the opponent's card.
No.
You're just making it easier for you to deal with.
Right. That's so much easier to deal with. Something that you can block with your own elk. You can't even block the flying. So it's either you lose in 2 turns, or you can build a board that they can't deal with.
Yeah.
Right?
Or like they could have a 5/5 flying lifelink,
right.
and suddenly it's a 3/3 elk.
It's so good.
And that might, that definitely throws a monkey wrench in their plans.
Definitely.
So if you can, or Risen Reef for an example,
right.
if you turn Risen Reef into a 3/3, that doesn't sound super good until you realize Risen Reef is the engine of their deck.
Yeah.
So you just destroyed their entire plan.
Exactly. Or what if you are going first, right? And so you get your Oko down and you're playing against the mirror. You turn your opponent's goose into an elk. Cool, they get to smack you in the face a couple times, but they don't have a goose anymore. You just set them back a whole turn, supposedly.
I mean, if they were using that elk,
right?
Or if they're using that goose for mana, then yes, you set them back a turn.
I mean, it just seems so good. It comes down turn 3. Well, it comes down turn 3 naturally. Turn 2, if you've got a gilded goose, and then it goes all the way up to instantly 6 loyalty. So it's
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's why it's taken the meta by storm.
Exactly. I was looking at the meta today. You want to know what I found?
You found a lot of things.
I found a lot of things. Oh yeah, I found a lot of things. But 10 of the top decks in Standard all contain
Oko
green.
Oh,
they all contain green. They don't all use Oko, but the top 10 decks in Standard right now are all playing green, and I think 6 of them are all Oko-based decks.
That would make sense. Oko is great with green.
Absolutely. And green right now is just so good. Green is the best card engine. It's got the best counter spell. It actually has a counter spell. Veil of Summer, great counter spell. Yes. You hadn't thought about
you can literally do everything with green now.
Exactly. Someone is obviously pushing green. I mean, you could just see it in the back. What else can we do to add the green? Green isn't threatening, it's just creatures. No, it's much more than that. Because Hydroid Crisis draws you a card, gains you life. Veil of Summer protects all of your stuff. Oko, 3/3 elk. That's all I can say. I mean, even just think about it in Modern. Somebody drops an Emrakul, which...
Coil? Or cool?
Emrakul.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
And then you drop Oko, and you're like, actually, your big bad boy is now an elk. Right? You drop Tarmogoyf. Yeah. Tarmogoyf was like a 5/7, 6/7. Let's say it's the end of the game, and it's a 6/7, and then your opponent's like, actually, no, it's an elk.
It's also really funny because they're like, yeah, I got the super huge card. Nope, that's an elk.
Yep.
And then,
yeah. Switching topics completely.
Oh, just changing gears.
Completely. Let's just rewire. Oko. I think we've discussed that. Oko's good. It's solid. The One Ring of Oko should be banned. I think we should wait and see. But I haven't played. I've been trying to get through Arena, but we're college students, and I've had homework. Homework is a great thing.
No, love it.
Yep, it's great. So I haven't had enough time to play a ton, but personally, Oko hasn't been a problem for me. But that's because I played janky elementals anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know what yours is anymore.
When you can't beat them, you join them. So I'm planning on putting Okos in anyway.
But then if you beat them with what you've joined, then does it actually work out that way?
I'm confused. We're gonna go with yes.
Yes.
That's besides the point. And then I just wanted to talk about Modern real quick, especially because I played John, and John dropped 6 places in the metagame. Modern is in such a big shift right now. Burn was top one day, then Amulet Titan is top the other day, and then Tron is top the next day. That's one of the other reasons why I think Pioneer is becoming really popular. Right now, at least. I mean, it's a new format. Everyone wants to try it out. But Modern is in such upheaval. It's one day this deck is on top, the next day this one's on top. And the metagame just hasn't settled yet.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully it will soon. But right now, big mana decks are what's running the format.
I
Tron
say
and
give it-
Amulet Titan.
Give it 3 to 6 months, and things should settle down a little bit, and we should get a little bit better data from Pioneer,
Right.
like how it's doing. Do people actually start enjoying it? Like 6 months is really what I'm looking for. Is this going to be the new Modern with Pioneer? So
You realize I was talking about Modern and not Pioneer, right?
I know, but I was excited to go back.
Okay, I see what you did because like
we were talking about
because
the influx of,
and then I abruptly changed to you abruptly changed back. So I'm going to abruptly change again and say,
okay, is that what this is?
yeah, that's how this works. You change, I change, you change, I change. Let's put a pin in it and say that's besides the point. Modern is fluctuating. I just want to touch on that because I am a Modern player. I know we do a lot of Arena, and that's what we're focusing on right now. Which, by the way, we are working on building Simic food. I think I like Simic food better than Bant, but that's to be decided yet. I just like the idea of playing both Wicked Wolf, Oko, and I'm just blanking on your name. Wow, the Beast.
My name?
The Beast.
Which beast?
The 4/4 questing beast. That's it. I thought it started with a V for some reason.
Vesting beast.
Vesting beast.
This is the vesting.
This is a vesting beast. Like, no, it's a vesting beast.
What did we go Italian suddenly?
Oui, oui.
What? That is French. We are Italian.
We're not Italian.
Oh! That's right, we're British.
That's why we're British. Yeah. I just
so
like
you
the
actually made a
idea.
real accent now.
I like the idea of playing a little bit of bounce. I get Hydra Crisis, I get my
Right.
Okos, I get my Questing Beasts, I get my Wicked Wolves, I get Once Upon a Time. It just feels really good. That's why I think I would rather play bounce. No, I'd rather play Simic rather than bounce.
Right.
Bant's really good, but Bant seems to be more like trying to play Teferis and trying to play WA's Tensions, which I think is good, but that seems more like controlling play style. I'd rather play the mid-range, that's why I play Jund. Jund is a solid
So you
mid-range.
really like the mid-range decks.
I do like the mid-range. I like the mid-range and the artifact, because
Oh, your artifact deck is so
I love
annoying
my
to deal
artifact
with.
decks. They're so much fun.
Actually, that's kind of true. My mono red still beats it just about every time.
No.
Oh, did you
Not
change
every
stuff
time.
up?
Well, I have a new version brewing.
Okay. Oh, okay, good.
It
Because
includes-
I'm just saying, 9 times out of 10, I beat him.
That's because I was playing Tron. Tron loses to aggro 9 times out of 10. This is not Tron, my friend.
I was saying, unless you changed it, which you apparently did, I still beat you.
Yeah, I still have Tron sleeved up, and I need to change that.
I know.
But you know what that is? Besides the point.
Oh boy. This is gonna get old really fast.
It's not old already. Well, anyway, besides that, I think what we're excited for this week is What's Up Wednesday,
Yeah.
Free Play Friday,
Yeah.
and a little bit of quick play here and there.
Yeah.
Yeet, you mean?
No. Yeah.
Yeet.
No. Yeah.
Yeet.
No.
How often can we do this before the audience?
Honestly, we can keep going a long time. I don't know how far you guys can keep watching.
I know,
this.
because
we
we
can go a long
have
time.
way more fun than you guys do.
I know this is way more fun making this than watching it.
Guaranteed. I guarantee you, I'm having more fun right now than you are. If I'm not.
Ouch! That hurts our clientele.
Well,
I feel for you. Don't worry.
I
love
didn't tell them
having-
not to have fun, and who knows? Maybe they're having a lot of fun. I just said I'm having more fun than you are.
How do you know that? Maybe they're skydiving while watching this.
If you're skydiving while watching this, then
Please
you
send a picture.
because that's way better than us.
Yeah.
Well, you know what that was? That was my take on Monday.
That was all your take on Monday. Yeah.
Definitely my take on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, I had a little bit of my take on Monday.
See,
but it was
that's
more
why
like-
it's called my take. My and your take, but it starts with me.
Oh, that's right. My and your take on
Mine
Monday.
and your take on Monday. It's like
But
my,
that wasn't alliteration.
it's like my your take.
That wasn't alliteration. That didn't have alliteration in it, so we just went with my take on Monday. Yeah.
And with that,
I'm Bronze,
I'm Zinc.
and this is
BronZink.